Ko Kavola Adonenu Rabbeinu Mashiach, Nisakim Sarima Tarima Tarot, Ko Kasidima Makuto Shalom Shalom. Today we're gathered here to witness a demonstration on fire extinguishers and also the fire hoses. First, we're going to start with the fire extinguisher. It's very easy, very simple. Observe. If you have a new fire extinguisher, it's sealed. You just break the seal. It's like that. So the seal is broke. Now, to use it, it's a pin here. All you have to do is pull this pin out. Pull the pin out. The reason the pin is in there is to prevent someone using it. To prevent someone using it if they don't have to, if they don't have to use it. Okay, that's what the pin is for. Okay, so you pull the pin, and you stand about 10 feet away, and you spray. As simple as that. You pull the pin, stand 10 feet away, and spray. And when you spray toward the bottom, not the top. The reason you spray toward the bottom is to extinguish the fire, and toward the bottom is where the source of the fire is coming from, not the top. Okay, and this is it's powder. It's all-purpose fire. That means you can extinguish this. You can extinguish all kinds of fire: electric, wood, grease, all kinds of fire with this. This is a powder. Okay. To operate this, you pull the pin. You pull the pin, and you're ready to go. This is the indicator right here. This is the indicator right here that lets you know how full the tank is. Right now, you see it all the way over here to the green. That's full. When it goes over to the red, all the way to the other end, it's empty. Okay. In the middle, it's half full. Okay. Again, you push the handle. You push the handle. You stand about 10 feet away and aim down and extinguish the fire. Okay. When you finish, you line it up with the hole. Line the hole up. Replace the pin. And that locks it. So that means no one can use it because it's locked. And then you replace it back in your storage area. Now for the demonstration for the fire hose. It's very important. If they don't have locks on it, all you have to do is unlatch it. If there's a fire, open the door. This is what you consider is a hard line. On the fire department, they have a hard line on their fire engine. This is the first thing they use is the hard line because the engine has water in it. So while one of the firemen is going to the fire hydrant to hook up water from the fire hydrant to the fire engine is already carrying some water, so he can go ahead and get started. Okay, so he's using the hard line, which is hooked up to the engine, to start extinguishing the fire to the house. Okay, this is what you call the hard line. Okay. Now, in order to operate the hard line, what you have to do, you have to turn the spigot right here. This spigot right here, can everyone see? You can get a shot of that? Okay, this is the spigot. It has to be turned. The reason being is that right now it's turned on for the hose. It's always stayed turned toward the hose. So if there's a fire, the first thing you do, you have to turn the spigot. Quite naturally, you do a little faster than that in case of a fire. Okay? So when you turn the spigot, all the water is transferred to the hard line. So when you turn this on, you see? Okay? Everything is transferred to the hard line. All water is transferred to the hard line. And this is to extinguish the fire. This is to extinguish the fire. This is the first responder. You extinguish the fire from the engine until the other fireman is hooking up the water to the fire hydrant, so you can have the main line of water. And so once he has done that, now to transfer from the hard line, to the 2-inch line. The 2-inch line is also stored inside the box. Okay. It may be a small fire. You might be able to extinguish your fire with the hard line. But if not, then you have the 2-inch line. 2-inch line has a greater volume of water. Okay, so what you do, you want to hook this up. To hook up the 2-inch line, there's a groove. You line these 2 grooves up right here to these 2 slots right here. Okay? You slip it, put it right in there like that, then turn it to the right, and it's on. Very simple. Okay? You line it up into the 2 grooves right here, just like that. Then you lead your line out. Then you lead your line out to wherever the source of your fire is before you turn the hydrant on. You lead your line out to wherever the source of the fire is. And then you have someone here to turn the hydrant on once you lead your line out to the fire. And once you lead your line out, then someone here turn the hydrant on. And then to charge your line, and then you'll be able to control the water flow from here. This has the pipe is shut off. This is shut off. So when you want to open it up, you pull it down and it opens up. Okay, when you finish, you close it. Okay, now before you charge this line, you have to lead wherever your fire is. You have to lead your line out to wherever the fire is. You don't want to turn this on before you lead your line out to the fire. Okay, you want to lead your line out to the fire. Make sure there's no kinks in the hose. Lead your line out to the fire. Then after you let your line out to the fire, then you have someone to turn this on. You have someone to turn this on, okay? And then that'll charge your line. That'll charge your line, and you'll be able to extinguish your fire through your hose. This turns your hose on and off. Turns it on and off, okay? So once you led your line out, once you led your line out to the fire, then you have someone to turn the hydrant on, and then you control the water from here. You either have it on or you have it off. Okay, so when you ready to use it, you turn it on, and be mindful that there's a great deal of pressure coming from this hose. So therefore, you might be able to handle this by yourself. Surely, I don't recommend a sister doing this, especially by herself. If a sister have to use this, then it needs to be at least one more sister, and possibly even 2 sisters to be behind her, be behind her. Okay, to be behind her too, because there's a great deal of pressure coming from the hose. And once the line is on, again, there's a great deal of pressure coming out. So therefore, you have to lean forward, okay, because the pressure is going to be pushing you back. You understand what I'm saying? The pressure is going to be pushing you back, so therefore you have to lean forward. In the fire department, we be having up to 3.5-inch lines. Sometimes we have 2 and 3 people, firemen, behind the main pipe man, okay, because it be such great pressure. And they have to, not only that, you have to advance. You have to advance the hose, move forward, and go into the building and maneuver inside the building. So you have to have help to maneuver the hose because it's a great deal of pressure and the hose is heavy. Okay, so again, you switch your spigot from the hard line, from right here. You switch the spigot. You lead your line out to wherever the source of the fire is. You have someone to turn this on. You turn your pipe on from here. You lean forward because there's a great deal of pressure coming. You lean forward and extinguish your fire, okay? Then after you finish extinguishing your fire, you turn that off. The pipe is turned off. Have them to turn this off, and you take it apart, and you finish.
But the people are holding the hose.
Yeah, well, for the 2-inch line, one brother can probably hold it. One brother can probably hold it, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for two, because the hose is heavy and you have to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be a bad idea for 2 brothers to do it, but one brother should be able to handle this hose.
And if there's no brothers?
Again, if there's no brothers, then again, I would recommend at least 2 sisters handle this. One handle the pipe and the other one be behind him maneuvering the hose, okay? Even 2 sisters, okay? Again, you have to move forward. Position your body forward because the pressure is pushing you back. You understand? Any more questions? Okay, I think that's it. Any more questions? If anyone have any questions outside of the demonstration, you can contact myself, and I'll get with you for further details. Toda Rabba.